All right, hey guys, welcome back to our Astro expedition. We are going against Eternity again for the second part of the expedition, and I just played him and got utterly annihilated, so we're going to actually lower his difficulty. The rule book does say that if you are playing through the expedition and it's too hard, you just lower them down to the difficulty level, the one below it. But at normal, you would actually increase the home world by 3 and get a shield bow with 3 health. So we're going to do that, hopefully to help mitigate some of this. I got destroyed. I had like 7 dilemmas, and I had like a whole hand of dilemmas. So it just wasn't great. So we'll kind of go over Eternity. He starts with 60 health. Shuffle the dilemma cards to form the deck, put it to the right, and then put the boss disc on the zeros tracker on the health track. And this is our corruption mat, or our corruption tracker on our mat. So at the beginning of a player's turn, they resolve any dilemma cards they have in their hand in any order. Dilemmas cannot be destroyed or discarded. When a player's red health disc becomes the same space as their corruption tracker, that player is immediately exhausted. Any additional damage is double and dealt to the home world. If a player advances their corruption tracker to the same space as or past their health disc, that player is fully corrupted and eliminated from the game. And then basically, if all players become corrupted, the players lose. And then nothing happens immediately when a player is exhausted. You immediately become fully corrupted and removed from the game. If it advances again, you become fully corrupted and you're removed from the game. So we basically lose. We are using Sunshine again. And then this is going to be our invention card, because on the second game we have inventions. So this is the one we're going to use. It gets set aside, and we'll get to add it to our our discard pile once we pay for it. We do have a shield bow, like I said, with 3 health. When a shield bow would suffer damage, when a player would suffer damage, it takes the damage instead. So this is going to give us just a little bit of health. When a player would suffer damage, if shield bow has at least that much health, shield bow suffers that damage instead. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let's shuffle this up too. And the home world we're using is the Galactic Bazaar. Activate during any player's main phase. Any player gains a card from the supply that costs 5 or less and place it into their hand. Alright, so let's get started here. It's going to be our go. We're going to, we have 3 here. Let's buy the Rentec 3.0, so it does 3 damage and gives us a slot. Then we're going to play that. We're going to discard all that and draw up. We're going to do damage. We've got 3 and 1 of these. Let's use that to get Nova Cloud. It gives us 2 energy, or get 1 energy for each equipped weapon you control. We're going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to ping him for a damage. I don't like this. Okay. We've got 3. We're going to play this. I'm going to spend it to get a slot. And then we're going to play this out. We're going to discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know we're going to get a boss turn. We've got Riddle Master. Activate any player. Place the dumb on the bottom of our deck and suffers a damage. Comes in with 4 health. And then we know we have another boss turn. We're going to put a dilemma on the bottom of our deck and suffer a damage. So Shield Bow is going to take that. We're going to draw a card. It's going to be Forgotten Memory. Shuffle the dilemma deck. The player with the most expensive card in their hand place 1 dilemma on the top of their deck and 1 on the bottom. One on top, 1 on bottom. Okay, this is not a way that I want to start this out. Okay. Boss turn, suffer a damage. Player puts them on the bottom of their deck. Doubt Weaver, any player place them on top of their deck. So we're going to do 4 damage, defeat the Riddle Master. We're going to gain a slot. We've got our 2 slots here. We're going to get 2 energy plus 4 energy. Well, let's get RB7 launcher. Deal 3 damage to gain an energy, and then you may destroy the top card of the supply deck. One, two, three, four, 5. Boss turn. Any player places them on top of their deck. We've got Creeping Doubt. Any player places them on the bottom of their deck, the homeworld suffers 2. We've got 4 dilemmas here. So destroy a card from your hand or discard pile that costs 1 or more, or destroy a card in your hand, advance your corruption. Homeworld suffers 2 damage. You may attack with any player's weapon, advance your corruption twice. Discard 2 cards, or gain a card from the supply and place it into your hand. Advance your corruption number times equal to the card's cost. The player with the least amount of corruption suffers 2 damage. Okay, so first off, we're going to destroy... We're going to destroy the card in our hand, and we're going to advance our corruption. We're going to gain a card from the supply and place it into our hand, advancing our corruption a number of times equal to the cost. So we're going to gain this, which is Starburst. Gain 2, you may destroy this to gain 3 instead. The homeworld suffers 2 damage. And then the player with the least corruption suffers 2 damage. So the shield bow specifically says when a player would suffer damage, his shield bow has at least that much health. It suffers damage instead. So we're going to take 2 damage. Okay, and then we're going to fire this off twice. And we're going to destroy this to gain this card, which is Dark Matter. It's got Afterburn. You may discard a card to power up the homeworld. And remember, Afterburn works if it's in our discard pile. So let's draw up. Argo. We've got 2 dilemmas. Lose a slot, so we're going to do that. The player with the lowest health suffers 2 damage. Okay. We're going to play this. We've got 2 energy here. Let's use that. Okay, hold on. Let's spend this to heal the homeworld by 3 and gain a slot. Then we're going to spend the 2 to power up. All right. I'm going to do a damage to this guy. We're going to play these 3 out because we have 3 slots. We're going to gain 3 energy for having 3 weapons we control, and then another energy, so 4 energy. Let's get Flashbang. Deal 2 damage and gain a health. You may destroy the top card of any supply deck. We're going to end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boss turn. Any player places a dilemma on top of their deck. We have the Unceasing Song. When it activates, the player with 5 or more corruption. If any player has 5 or more corruption, the homeworld suffers 4 damage. Otherwise, the homeworld suffers 2 damage. Okay. The active player places a dilemma on top of their deck. Homeworld suffers 2 damage. And then we're going to advance to stage 2. Minions gain 4 health. Each player places a dilemma on top of their deck. This goes up to 6. This goes up to 9. And we're going to place a dilemma on top of our deck. Okay, so Argo now. We are going to deal 6 damage to him. He's destroyed. We're going to gain a slot. We're going to gain an energy. And we're going to destroy the top card of any supply stack. We'll get rid of that. And then a damage to him. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy. We've got 2 blasters. Let's get Nano Repair Bots. The homeworld powers up. An ally may destroy a card from the hand or discard pile. And then Afterburn, the homeworld gains a health. So let's activate it and we'll give the homeworld health. There's no like stipulation for that. We're going to discard. It's going to be Argo again. We're going to have some dilemmas to resolve. Discard 3 cards in your hand or deal 2 damage and advance your corruption. Suffer damage or supply. Okay, suffer 1 damage and the homeworld's. So homeworld's going to suffer 3. Discard 3 cards in your hand or deal 2 damage and advance your corruption, and then suffer a damage. So we're going to deal 2 damage and advance our corruption, and then we're going to suffer a damage. Those are gone. 2 damage to this guy. And we're going to use our 2 to power up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, we won't suffer the damage. Shield Bow will. So, I don't know how you do this. Like, I legitimately don't know how you do this guy solo. Unless there's something I'm doing to making this harder on myself. I legit don't know what to do. We have a boss turn here, so any player with 5 or more corruption, we have only 4, so this takes 2. Your fault, any player advances the corruption 3 times or the homeworld suffers 4. Okay, our turn. We're going to play that and these 2. And then we're also going to play this for 4. To get ectoplasm. So it has bolster, so if it's discarded from an effect, the player gains 1 energy and returns this to our hand, or gives us 2 energy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boss turn. Homeworld suffers 2. Hissing Whispers. The player with the most corruption places 2 dilemmas on top of their deck, and then it says another player suffers 2 damage, but I think because it says another, that doesn't apply to us. Okay. Our go. So we're going to do 2 damage, gain a health, and then 2 damage and 1 damage and 1 damage. So this is gone. We can destroy the top card of any supply, so we're going to destroy that. Okay. We're going to play this. We're going to play this. The homeworld powers up. You can destroy a card from your hand or discard pile, so we're going to get rid of that. No. We're going to get rid of that. Then we've got 2 energy here. Let's power up. Let's spend it to heal the homeworld by 3. And destroy the top card of any number of supply decks. So we're going to destroy that, 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 and that. We're going to end our turn. Draw up. Our go, let's resolve our dilemmas. We have the homeworld suffers 2 damage. The homeworld suffers 2 damage. Yep, we're just going to do that. Alright, we're going to do 3 damage, 6 damage. And we're going to gain an energy, and we can destroy any 1 supply thing, but I'm not going to worry about that. We have 2 and 1. So we're going to end our turn. That gets discarded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. Boss turn. Slipstream Spirit. So any player discards a card and suffers 2 damage. Oh my gosh. Okay. Any player discards a card, suffers 2 damage. 1, 2. How could you? The homeworld suffers damage equal to the corruption of the player with the most corruption. So it's going to take 4. Okay, at least we get the next 3 turns. So that's going to go down to 7. We're going to play this. Let's activate the effect of this. Destroy a card in your hand or discard. Or discard pile. I never read that part. Or discard pile that's more than 0 from the supply. Okay. Let's destroy this for 4 to get something that costs 6, or at least It's up to 2 more, so this costs 5. So we're going to get this. When we equipped it, we can destroy a card from our hand discard pile, deal 3 damage, and ally draws a card. And then we've got 2, 4. Let's get Nexus Port. The Homeworld powers up, and any player powers up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do 2 damage. We're going to heal 1. Homeworld's going to power up. We can destroy a card from our hand or discard pile, so we're going to get rid of that. We can activate this to put a card that costs 5 or less into our hand. We're going to put Atmoscope. Any ally may discard a card. If they do, deal 2 damage to a minion. We're going to play that card. We're going to play these 2. And we've got 3 here. Let's use that 3 to power up. Discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our go again. We can discard a card, so we're going to discard this to deal 4 damage, and then an ally may discard this to do 2 damage to a minion. So we're going to do 2 damage to a minion, and then do the 4 to this guy. And then 2 damage to him. And then we're going to play all this stuff. When we equip this, we can destroy a card from our discard pile. We're going to destroy that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we might actually do something here. Okay. Boss turn. We've got Forgetting Memory. Shuffle the Dilemma deck. The player with the most expensive card in hand places 1 dilemma on top of their deck and 1 on the bottom. So it says shuffle the dilemma deck, but I don't think that... I think the discard pile won't shuffle in until after. Unless it means to shuffle this back in. Yeah, I'm just going to shuffle. I think maybe shuffle it back in. Okay, we get 1 on top, 1 on bottom. Our go, so we're going to do 3 damage. We're going to draw a card, and this specifically says at the beginning of the player's turn they resolve any dilemma cards that are in their hand. So because it's already after our turn, we won't resolve it, but I think we can't discard it, so we have to keep it still. We're going to do 5 more damage. And we would power up, gain a slot, but that doesn't really matter. Okay. We're going to play this. We're going to play this. The Homeworld's going to power up. We're going to power up. If we play this, what do we get rid of? We're going to play this and get rid of this card to gain Remote Detonator. Deal 4 damage. Any player may return a card with Bolster from their discard pile to their hand. And we've got 2 we're going to power up. Let's activate it to give the Homeworld 3 health. And I'm going to not destroy it. I'll destroy this. Okay. So yeah, so I think I have to keep this. Because it says dilemma cards cannot be discarded or destroyed. So we're going to draw up. Draw. Yeah, okay. Let's resolve these. So it says the Homeworld suffers 2 damage, so we're going to do that. And then this one says the player with the lowest health suffers 2 damage. Or deal 4 damage and advance your corruption 3 times. Oh, this is placed on the bottom of the dilemma deck. Okay, I made a discard pile. Okay. So it says if a player advances their corruption marker to the same space as their health marker, that player becomes fully corrupted. But then it also says when a player's health marker is on the same disc as their corruption tracker, that player is immediately exhausted. So I guess we're going to do that and become exhausted. So we really can't take any more damage. And then we're going to deal 2 damage, and we can't heal because we're exhausted. Okay, well the homeworld's going to power up, and we're going to destroy a card from our discard pile. We're going to activate the homeworld to give ourselves this to our hand. And we're going to play it. When we equipped it, we can destroy a card from our discard pile. And we have 3 here. We're going to power up. We're going to end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do 3 damage, and then we're going to draw a card. Okay. We're going to equip this. You may destroy a card in your discard pile. We're going to play this. We're going to play this, and we're going to play this. We're going to end our go. These get discarded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a boss turn. Who's going to give us this guy. Okay. I think once you're exhausted, you can't heal again. I think it's over. I'm pretty sure. Let me see what the original book says. Solo play, when you only play with one knight, you don't lose the game. Yeah, nothing says, but I think it's implied that once you're exhausted, you can't heal. Okay, so we're going to do 4 damage, and then we're going to discard a card. We're going to discard a card to do 6 damage, so he goes down to 2. We're going to do 3 damage. This is gone. We're going to do 3 damage, draw a card, and we're going to do 4 damage. And then it says, any player may return a card with bolster from the discard pile to their hand. Okay. So there's that. We're going to power up the homeworld, and we're going to power up. No, it's just the homeworld, sorry. And we can get rid of a card from our discard pile. The homeworld's going to power up, we're going to power up. We are going to do this to get rid of this. No. We're going to get rid of this to get Virtual Sentry. Deal 5 damage to the top 2 cards of the boss deck and place them in any order. We're going to play this Flashbang. We're going to gain 2 energy to give ourselves this, and we're going to expend it to heal the homeworld by 3. We're going to destroy this, and destroy this spot. And then we're going to activate this to put a card that costs 5 or less into our hand, which is going to be Particle Cannon, and it's deal 4 damage. You may destroy a card in your hand, and we're going to play that. That goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Boss turn. Place a dilemma on the bottom of your deck. The homeworld suffers 2. Our go, we're going to do 4 damage and 2 damage. We can destroy something in our hands, so we're going to destroy that. So it's going to be 6. We're going to destroy that card because we can destroy any top card of the supply deck. Okay, we could win this. Here's 4. We're going to equip this. We can destroy a card from our discard pile. We've got this and we've got this. We're going to play all that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a boss turn, so he's going to advance. Minions gain another 4 health. Activate. Any player place. Okay, so that's the activate ability. Any player places a dilemma on top of their deck and advances their corruption. So basically, whenever we get another boss card, we lose the game no matter what. So we have to see if we can do 24 damage in the next 2 turns. at least. We have Riddle Master. We're not even going to worry about that. We're just going to try to win the game here. So there's 10 plus another 2. We're going to see if we can win the game. Or no, we got to be really lucky. Okay, so we're going to do 4 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to do 11 damage to him. We're going to draw a card. Okay. The homeworld's going to power up. We can destroy a card from our discard pile. We're going to power up, and the homeworld's going to power up. We're going to play K-Star to get rid of this for this, which is deal 3 damage. We're going to play this, we're going to play this, and we're going to play this, and when we equip this, we can destroy a card from our discard pile, but I don't have one to destroy. Okay. Alright, depending on how this works out, we might win. We just can't have a boss turn happen. I think we're good. If we don't have a boss turn happen in the next 2. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Okay. Oh, I didn't activate this. I should have activated this to get Grav Hammer and place it out. That's the other thing I was going to do. So that's another thing I would have done. Grav Hammer, deal 4 damage. You may return a weapon from your discard pile to your hand. That was something else I was going to do. That's part of the power-up. Okay. Okay. Okay, oh, we have a dilemma. The homeworld suffers 2 damage or gain a health. Advance your corruption twice. Homeworld's going to suffer 2 damage. Okay, we're going to deal 5 damage. Reveal the top 2 cards of the boss deck and we'll put them in any order. We'll put them that way. 5 damage. Puts him at 8. Deal 4 damage. Return this to our hand. Deal 3 damage. The ally draws a card. Deal 4 damage. He's dead. Oh. Oh, man. Okay. Assuming I didn't make any rules mistakes, please correct me if I did. Oh, dear. Okay. Man, that was hard. We would have lost next turn. Oh. Okay. So we won. Eternity's been defeated. We're going to go on to the next playthrough, which will be the Black Hole Galleon. We're going to fight him on Expert. Because we're doing a standard deal. So we're going to fight him on Expert for Battle 3. We have... Okay, so the next thing that's going to happen, too, for the expedition, is we are going to... hold on. Wait, what happens? Okay, after playing Expedition... Okay, so we're going to add another knight to our roster. So we have Sunshine, of course. We have Reshi, Caleb, Zach, Toli. We're going to shuffle up and add another knight. We're going to get Captain Cadiz, which I think that's who we use now. I like that because the idea of the captain going against the ship. And then your cargo bay. At the end of each game, return your current upgrades to the cargo bay. They can be used again. Yeah, so you can't bring every piece of equipment in the cargo bay. You put upgrades. You earn them before each game. You may choose which upgrades to bring. The chosen cards will remain in the cargo bay at the end of the game. Return current upgrades there. They can't be used. Okay. Then we have... Before battle, choosing knights in battle 3, we're going to draw 5 combo cards and add them to the cargo bay. So let's do that real quick. going to shuffle up the combo cards. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are our 5 combo cards. We have Breaking Wave. So when player, whoever powers up, you may draw a card, then discard a card. When player, whoever plays 2 tech cards on their turn, you draw 2 cards. When player, whoever plays or equips 2 cards that cost 1 or more this turn, you gain 1 health. When player X deals 5 or more damage, return a card from your discard pile to your hand. And when player X gains a card that costs 7 fuel or more, you may gain a card from the supply that costs 5 or more, or 5 or less, and place into your hand. So basically what happens is for these, we're going to have a little token here. And we are going to be player 1, and this is going to be here. So in a multiplayer game, you would swap. But for us, basically when we do it, we're going to get that. That's how it's going to work for us. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next game. And yeah, this basically, for battles 3 and 4, each player chooses a combo trigger. The combo gives you a listed benefit. So when you choose, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be it for this playthrough. Catch us on the next one for the Black Hole Galleon, and I think we're going to be using Captain Cadiz for that one, just because we can have that combination. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was a really tough battle, but we won. Bye-bye.